So the latest batch of Bitmain Antminer Z9s and Z9 minis have been arriving. This is the larger Antminer Z9, $3,184, another $100 or so for the power supply if you need that. This can do around 41,000 souls, but the power consumption is 1,150 watts. The original and smaller Z9 mini retailing at $850 there. You can maybe get it cheaper if you've got some coupons, but $850, another $100 for the power supply if you need that. This can do about 10,000 souls out of the box anyway, and that draws 266 watts. Now I'm saying out of the box because most of you know that this can be overclocked, and there's people getting 15, 16 and even 17,000 souls from this. So they're getting a lot more return from the money for the money than they expected originally. Now, I haven't seen anyone saying that the larger Z9 can be overclocked. My guess is it can. Whether you see a 60, a 50, 60 or 70% boost like you do on the mini, I'm not sure. Time will tell. The first batch is just arriving just about now. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up, I was talking to Britton about this. Britton's a YouTuber, crypto YouTuber. I do recommend showing him some love. He will be doing some videos about this as well. Yeah, and I was chatting to him about it, and he was telling me that this batch is arriving. So, yeah, it reminded me to do a video about this because a lot of people have been asking me questions about this. They've been sending me messages, they've been tagging me, and they've been saying, should I buy a Bitmain Antminer Z9 or a Z9 Mini? Now, I don't want this video to be anything about me saying you should buy or you shouldn't buy, but I think a lot of people don't realize how these things work as far as difficulty and hash rate and all that. Now, this is ASIC Miner Value, a very useful website if you want to check the current profits of different ASIC mining machines. And you can see a lot of them are in the red, which means you're losing money. Now, down at the bottom, you've got currency. The default electricity cost is 14 cents. Now, for me in the UK, it'd be 18 cents, but I'll leave it at 14 just now, just as an example. And yeah, we've got the Z9 here at $33.56 per day. We've got the Z9 Mini at $8.19 per day. Now, both of these values are going to go down. There is absolutely no doubt about that. Unless the market picks up very quickly and we see the prices of Equihash coins like Zcash and Zencash, which is now Horizon. If the prices of these coins double or treble, then obviously these devices are going to start making a lot more money. But just to kind of briefly explain for anyone who doesn't know, the block reward for all of these coins, for Zencash, for Zencash Horizon, for Zcash, for Hush, Bitcoin Private and all this, the block reward is fixed. So there's a set number of coins that can be rewarded every single day. When people start buying these Z9 minis, and there's another batch or two, and I don't even know how many are being sold. I don't have those numbers. Could be tens or 100, hundreds of thousands of ASIC mining machines that are being shipped out. I really don't know the volume that they're selling at because they don't reveal these figures. But there's going to be a lot more machines being shipped out. And every Z9 Mini is 10,000 out the box, maybe up to 15, 16,000 souls when it's overclocked. Z9 is 41,000 out of the box, but could be 50, 60, 70. I really don't know whether this can be overclocked and what it can be overclocked to. But these things are going to, increase the hash rate. Every single unit that's shipped out. If someone buys a Z9 Mini, there's another 15, 16,000 souls of the hash rate. The difficulty goes up and the profits for each device goes down. That's just, that's just how it works. You've got more people fighting for the same allocation of coins. There's a fixed number of coins. There's a fixed profit per day. And with the new batches arriving, you've got a lot more people fighting for those coins, especially with the larger and more powerful Z9. As I said, I don't know about overclocking, but the Z9 looks like, out of the box, it's 4 times as powerful as the original Z9 Mini. So we should see the hash rate shoot up for all of the Equihash coins, all the ones that are on the original Equihash 209 algorithm. All coins that are on that, they're going to see their hash rate shoot up by a significant amount. When that happens, well, we're going to see the profits per day for these go down. Now, I covered the Z9 Mini when it was announced a few months ago, and I did consider buying one. I hesitated because it's one of those things with the first batch of an ASIC mining machine from Bitmain. The first batch is the riskiest, but sometimes it's the best one to buy from a profits point of view, because when you get the second or third batch, there's a lot of people already on the network. You really want to get in that first batch. In hindsight, I should have bought one, because I think most people have broke even in like 7 or 8 weeks, depending on what coin they mine. But I think most people broke even and got their original investment back within 8 weeks. The question that people should be asking just now is, will they get their original investment back? Because with an ASIC mining machine, it's not like you can resell it like a GPU. You know, when you look at the prices of ASIC mining machines, most people only sell an ASIC mining machine when it's no longer profitable. So if you see someone selling it, chances are that ASIC mining machine isn't making them money. That's why they're selling. And this is where a website like ASIC Miner Value you know, comes in handy, because you'll see listings on eBay and Amazon for ASIC mining machines, and you know, it'll be something like this, the Bitmain Antminer S9J, and you go, well, that seems like a really good price. He's only charging $200. And then you realize that's actually losing you money and you're left with a brick. So yeah, you have to do your research in that regard. Now, that shouldn't put anyone off though. The question is, will you break even? Will you break even? And there's no guarantee. I suspect if you look at ASIC miner value over the next few days, or perhaps over the next week or two, I suspect that's going to go down to $7 per day, 6, 5. It's going to keep going down because, you know, there's going to be so many more ASIC mining machines, so many more Z9s and Z9 minis. They're all going to be activated. All these new machines being activated. The hash rate is going to go up. You know, once people have got it set up in their pools, it's going to go up and the profits are going to go down. The question is, will you break even if you buy now? Well, I don't know. You know, I had this discussion with someone recently and they were asking, should I buy a Z9 Mini? Should I buy a GPU? It's really hard to recommend buying a GPU right now. I know a lot of people are snapping up used GPUs, and GPUs are obviously more versatile. But, you know, just now, even very expensive GPUs are only making, you know, depending on your region and how much you pay for electricity, they're only making 20 or 30 or 40 cents per day, you know, on average. Like, most of these cards aren't making a huge amount of money. So it's hard to recommend anyone to buy a GPU right now. But with an ASIC mining machine, well, the problem is time. The problem is time. Like, if you look at like the Z9 Mini, for example, and you can see here that it ships on September 5th to the 15th, so within the next couple of weeks, and you're $850 for the unit, maybe another $100 for the power supply, so it's $950, and you might also have to pay customs in your country, so that might be another $100 or $200, depending where you are. Now, this doesn't mean that you're getting this in 1 or 2 weeks. This means it's shipping in 1 or 2 weeks, which means that you might not get it until 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 weeks later. So you could be, you know, if you order an Antminer Z9 Mini just now, or a Z9, it might be a week or two before it ships, but then it could be another 2, 3, I don't know, it could be 2 to 6 weeks before it arrives. I don't know, you know, when they arrive depending on your country. But I suspect if you order just now, today, you'll be waiting 4 to 6 to 8 weeks. So 4 to 8 weeks, I would say, probably. And this is where the question comes in a month or in 2 months, what's the daily profit going to be of the Z9 Mini? Because just a month or so ago, that was at $15 per day. So that is going to keep going down, and it's going to go down to like $2 or something like that. But then here, you know, here's the question. If it stabilizes at $2 per day or $3 per day, well, you're still going to break even eventually. You know, $2 per day or even $1 per day is more than what you're getting with GPUs right now, even with a 1080 Ti. But, you know, at $1 per day, you're talking 2 years to break even or something like that, or even more than that. Obviously, I'm saying roughly because these things can be overclocked, and it does depend on what coin you're mining, and it does depend what your electricity costs are. But yeah, these are the things you have to consider. You have to consider the cost of your electricity. You have to consider when this will actually arrive if you order today. You have to try and make some sort of educated guess as to when you break even, despite the fact you don't know how many are actually going to be switched on online. So there's a lot of unknown factors. And I was hesitant before, and it was a mistake. But I think I've passed the point where I want to order one right now. Zcash looks like it's going to be accepted to Coinbase, and that's good news for anyone with a Z9 or Z9 Mini. We're still waiting to see what Horizon Zencash says. And we're still waiting to see what Bitcoin Private and a few other coins do, because those coins could fork as well. But the current environment we're in just now, mining, if you get $850, would you buy a 1080 Ti or wait for a 2080 Ti? You wouldn't even get a 2080 Ti for that, you get a 2080. But would you buy a 2080 or would you buy a Z9 Mini? There's arguments for both, you know, as far as you want to mine different algorithms, future resale value and all that. But that is one thing to bear in mind. If you want to mine with a Z9 or Z9 Mini until it isn't profitable anymore, then you don't really have any resale value. So please do take that into account. Again, I'm not trying to say you should buy it or you shouldn't buy a Z9 or Z9 Mini. I'm just, you know, trying to explain what the situation is. But try and just look, if you're interested in buying one, take everything I've said into account, but also do your own research. Look at what current Z9 and Z9 Mini holders are saying, because if you see a lot of current holders and they're buying more, perhaps that's a good sign that, you know, they're confident in getting their money back. But just pay attention to ASIC miner value. Look at some videos from other YouTubers and see what they say about it all. You know, this goes for everything that you do. Whenever you're going to do hand over money to buy coins for masternodes, for hardware, for used hardware, for new hardware, do some research. Find out what everyone's saying. Don't just listen to me, or don't just listen to any one particular YouTuber. Look at a few different people's opinions. You know, try and curate what everyone is saying about it, and then you can make an informed decision. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. You can still buy a Z9 and a Z9 Mini. There are coupons out there somewhere where you can get like $100 or $200 off these and maybe save you a little bit of money. But you know, the big risk right now is that there's no guarantee of how long these profits will last, because there's a lot of unknown factors as far as whether coins fork, whether you know, how many are actually going to be activated, etc. So over to you guys. I'd love to hear what you think about this, so please do leave a comment and I'll speak to you all in the next one. Cheers, guys.